transitioning into being the coordinator and calling plays Monday night. From a time frame, it didn't take very long. I appreciated his approach to things. I appreciated how he motivated the players, how he coached the coaches, and so it didn't take long.
What has been the most challenging part of the switch to this role this week?
Just really probably the time management of it all, getting back into scripting practice, getting back into ultimately making decisions. Like I said, when you're an analyst, you can offer up advice for plays in certain situations, in certain scenarios in the game. As a coordinator, you make the final call. And so just transitioning back into that, I don't know if difficult is the right word, but that's probably been the biggest change. Do I have one? I don't know. Like I said, my focus has been on the game. It really hasn't been on what next year is going to look like or next spring or any of those things. When Coach said this is what the direction we were going to go in, I shifted right to what do we need to do this week to ensure our players in the best position to be successful Monday night. Quite honestly, no. And that wasn't my intentions when I came. My intentions were to learn, to come in and be part of a really good program, a successful program, to be around Lane, who had done so well, who had transitioned some offensively to where he was years ago, to what they were doing and what they were planning on doing, what I saw in training camp, what they were doing. And so the whole experience to me was about coming and learning, offering up some things that I could offer. And then when this thing became a reality, making a decision for myself, is this what I want to do moving forward? And when that decision was made, I was in with 2 feet and away we went.
This is unprecedented. As far as, I can't think of any other situation in any sport where this is happening. What does it say about Nick that nobody's really questioned the fact that he's changed?
I think so many times with Coach, we give him too much of a conservative approach at times. I don't, but I think sometimes the perception of him is that, when actually he really is an aggressive mannered coach. He'll do things aggressively. He likes to play the game aggressively. He likes to coach aggressively. And I think this is just another example of that. However all this played out, at the end of the day, he was willing to go with this move, and he entrusted in me, the faith in me to go do it. And like I said, I'm humbled, I'm honored that he did, and away we go.
When a team loses, you can't wait to get out on the field the next time. So your last game calling plays was watching the game?
Actually, Clay was calling it at that point.
Clay was calling it?
Yeah, Clay called that season, those 5 games that season that I was there.
So it goes back. Your last time you called plays in a game was?
The Holiday Bowl against Nebraska.
Steve, before you went to this game,
Yes.
how were you spending your time?
Still studying the game. I'd actually spent a little bit of time with John Gruden, and he stepped out of the game as a true coach, and there was some just how do you go about what do you do? And so you develop a routine. You still study film. You're still looking at the NFL. You're looking at old cut-ups. Like I said, I knew I was going to coach again. I just wanted to be prepared when that moment came, and so I stayed involved in studying the game and working at the game. Yes.
We still seek getting help.
And there's been some other questions. I don't mean to be rude about it, but I think that topic, that discussion is for another time. I don't want to lose focus in sight of this isn't really about me from a personal standpoint. This is about our players and our team and the work that they've put in to get to this point. And my job is to be the best Steve Sarkisian this week, to put these guys in position to go out and achieve something that they've worked extremely hard for months. And that's where my focus is right now.
You can't say if you're still getting help or
That's for another discussion.
So much of what Pete made up the role was very it's obviously a different side of the race.
Right.
But how is seeing the other side maybe shaping now, maybe refocus?
Well, I think what it's done, Bruce, is like I was saying earlier, as much as Pete and Coach Saban are different in that Coach Carroll had media and fans at practice. Coach Saban, the media is there for 15 minutes, and there are no fans at practice. They're the same in that they have a belief. I don't know. I don't remember facing a team that the two defensive tackles combined have, 17 and a half sacks. So I don't know if excited is the right word, but motivated. It's a great challenge. Coach Venables is a tremendous defensive coordinator. They're an athletic, fast defense. They do a lot. So it's a great challenge. Yes, I did. I was at home. Oh, of course. You look at a lot of film in a game like this, and that game is definitely one of the games we looked at.
Players have said from changing over from Kiffin to you, there have been some changes. It's been smooth transition, but some changes. What are those changes that you saw yourself changing from Kiffin to now?
Without getting into particulars from a schematic standpoint, I just think more than anything is I just tried to be me. I tried to be upbeat, tried to be positive, tried to get us to play with good tempo, good energy at practice. Where those changes are exactly, I guess that's in the eye of the person that's viewing it. So I didn't go in specifically saying I'm going to do this differently than they were done before. I just went in doing what I believe in. Some of those things were natural changes. Some of those things were more subtle changes. But it wasn't going in trying to be different. It was going in trying to do the best I could do to put our players in the best position to be successful.
Coach, you've been through so much as far